Welcome back, everyone. I know that you know where I am in this great moment. Do you know this wonderful yard, this amazing and stunning place that a lot of people like you, we grow up looking and watching this fantastic place. Roberto Gomez Bolaños is an icon of the Latin culture, not only for Mexico. He represents the Hispanic. He represents our life like a Latin American people in the world. El Chavo del Ocho, El Chapulín Colorado, has been a wonderful character that has been around the world in the last 5 decades on our lives. Now we will go on a fantastic trip, on a fantastic journey, looking and remember these memorable and remarkable characters of Roberto Gomez Bolaños. In this great place, I grew up. Remember fantastic characters like Doña Florinda, Don Ramon, Kiko, an amazing and suspicious girl like La Chilindrina. The fantastic man, the Señor Barriga, that represent this culture. El Chavo del Ocho, it's not only a great program. El Chavo del Ocho represents society, values, respect, friendship, family, eternity, honesty. It's necessary to make a wonderful feedback to this. Remember the great Chavo del Ocho. Go to remember this great story. Started.
Thanks so much, Eduardo, for this important background. I agree with you. Roberto Gomez Bolaños is an excellent person and is an excellent artist. For example, the Chavo del Ocho, that he was creating this important place, was incredible for us too. For example, the Chavo del Ocho gives them a lot of values, a lot of characteristics, a lot of culture from Mexico, and it is important for us. Roberto Gomez Bolaños create this person because he wants to show the world the culture, but values like enthusiastic, creative, and well-meaning. Also, we learn that the Chavo del Ocho have good friends. This is so important because we don't stay alone in the world. Also, I don't know about the family, the real family, the Chavo del Ocho, but it's important in this example because the Chavo del Ocho have a lot of friends, had good friends, and they were his family. We learn this. Our family is the people around us that help us to be better. This is important. This is a good thing that we need to learn. Other thing that the Chavo del Ocho teach us is we don't need money. We don't need goods. We need to have a good heart to make our world will be better. Okay, other chapter is Chapulín Colorado. David, what do you think about it?
Okay, the Chapulín Colorado was a show, a television show that was represented in Mexico in the year 1970. The Chapulín Colorado is a comedy, it's a superhero comedy where the Roberto Gomez Bolaños want to show up that all the superheroes don't need or didn't need superpower for help the people, okay? In that case, the Chapulín didn't have superpowers. It only need different tools that can to help the people that need help in that moment. For example, he have the chicharra paralizadora. He have the chiquitolina that is a pills, and he have the el chipote chillón. Hi guys, I think that you know that place. I think that you know where am I?
Obviously, this is La Vecindad del Chavo.
Yes. Okay, Joanna. I think that in childhood you see that program, that is magnificent program. What program or what show do you remember about Roberto Gomez Bolaños?
I remember a lot of them. Roberto Gomez Bolaños was so creative, but I remember that when I was a child, I watched with my cousin and my uncle El Chavo del Ocho. It was wonderful.
Okay, what do you remember about that program?
It was a particular meaning because the Chavo del Ocho showed us a child, but in a different context according with us. The Chavo del Ocho was a poor child, but with a big heart.
Okay, taking account that, but what values do you learn about the Chavo del Ocho?
I think that I learned to be creative, enthusiastic, well-meaning too.
I remember that in some chapters about that program, the Chavo del Ocho was rejected because he didn't have money in that case, or he didn't have a family. What do you think about that? Is so important or not?
It is a problem right now. The people have this problem actually. But in this moment, El Chavo del Ocho show us that isn't a problem because they have money. I repeat again, isn't problem because you need friends, real friends. And when you have real friends, it's important for them if you have money, goods, or something like that.
Okay. Also, do you consider that the Chavo del Ocho want to show up different things, different value, I don't know, different thing that is so important in that society? Where do you live?
Yeah, I understand. I learn different values. For example, in this moment, I can say that the Chavo del Ocho teach us that we don't need money, don't need goods to be happy. Also, our family is the people that we have around us, the people that help us to be better. And also, I learned that if you had a good heart, a good feelings, if you are well-meaning, you make that our world will be better for us.
Okay, what do you remember more about Roberto Gomez Bolaños or other program that you?
Yes, I remember in my childhood, they were watching. I don't remember. It was fun, like a superhero.
Yes, I remember that in the Chapulín Colorado.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
it was amazing. What do you remember about him?
Okay, that is my favorite show to Roberto Gomez Bolaños because he want to show up that comedy, a superhero comedy that is all opposite to the other superheroes.
Yeah, I remember that he didn't have powers. Yes.
Yes, Roberto Gomez Bolaños want to show up that all the superheroes didn't need superpowers for helping people. In that case, the Chapulín Colorado only needs some tools to help the people that in that moment need the help. In that case, he used, in some cases, he used la chicharra paralizadora,
Yeah, el chipote.
el chipote chillón, and la chiquitolina is like pills.
Okay, I don't understand the name. Do you know the
Yes.
reason to create this name?
I searched why the name, okay? The name is because in Mexico there are an insect that is a grass carpet that is insect that jump and is red. For that reason, in Mexico, he decided to choose that name because when he arrived to solve the problem, he arrived to jumping. So for that reason, he decided to.
Okay, and I understand. He arrived jumping inside the room because he is a grasshopper.
Yes, it's like a grasshopper because he's small, because he's a red.
Okay, I like it. Okay, do you know something else about the Chapulín Colorado? Values, characteristics, someone else?
Okay, he was to show up that he was fearful, that he was friendly, yes, that he have different problems to the society. But when he want to help the people, he always made that with the heart. Okay, he didn't have a preference. He didn't have different something. He only want to help the people that in that moment need to help. Okay.
Okay, I agree with you. I remember some special phrases. Roberto Gómez Bolaños give them the characters special phrases to the public remember. For example, en El Chavo del Ocho, I remember eso.
Se me chispoteó y saw the phrase.
Yeah. Do you remember someone else?
Yes, I remember other that is fue sin querer queriendo.
Yeah, pues sin querer queriendo. Okay, for example, in other characters, it's the same way. Do you remember what is the phrase to Chapulín Colorado?
Yes, he said a lot of phrases, but one phrase that I remember that is hematopeia. That when the program started, he said, más ágil que una tortuga, más fuerte que un ratón. Es más noble que una lechuga, su escudo es un corazón. It's a interesting hematopeia, okay? Another phrase is he said, no contaban con mi astucia, and other things that I didn't remember in that moment.
It is fun. I think that it was to do it fun, interesting to the people. Don't forget them. Yeah.
Yes, it's like a remember. He have a typical phrase for different characters. I think that you remember the character when you listen a typical phrase. Okay.
Yeah. This is the case.
Okay. What do you remember to other program for Roberto Gómez Bolaños?
I remember a lot of programs by Roberto, but in this moment, for example, I remember Dr. Chapatin.
Yes, I remember that program.
Yeah, it was fun. It was amazing because he tried to give them a social content. The message was different. The message was more specific to adults. Yeah, no, Dr. Chapatin isn't a character to child. Yeah, Dr. Chapatin is a character to adults because in this moment Mexico have a lot of problems with the government, and Roberto Gómez Bolaños tried to do something about it in this message in their programs.
Okay, what do you learn about that character?
Okay, el Dr. Chapatin was LOL, yeah, was old too, was mediocre doctor, was angry person, but I remember that he had a paperback. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah. It was amazing because he said that into the paperback he have a lot of bad things. For example, mediocridad. For example, fears, los temores. Or someone else, angry. Yeah, poorness, la tristeza, la pobreza. Someone else.
Different values that are in society.
Yeah, see, yeah. In this moment, I understand that it was the main problems of this Mexican society, and it was the reason that all times he have the paperback in this way. Yeah.
Yes, I remember that. For what reason do you, or what do you think about the illness that in that program or that in that show they want to ask?
The illness to the people in this program was so fun. Yeah, ridiculous. But I believe that he tried to show us the main illness was their minds. Yeah.
Yes, I think that in some cases or in some times the people have the illness in their minds. Okay, and it is so important because the people, if you have the illness in your mind, I think that you in that moment are sick. Okay,
Yeah.
the mind is so important and it have a strong that is. Okay.
Yeah, your mind is so important because if you think that you are bad, you feel bad. If you think that you feel good and you are stronger, you feel it's worse.
Yes, I understand that.
Yeah. Okay. Mira, I want to talk about another program. I remember a special TV program when the Dr. Chapatin was with Chaparron. Did you remember?
Yes, yes, I remember the Chaparron and Lucas. That is other TV program that is called Los Chiflados.
Okay.
It's interesting program.
I remember a lot of things to this program because it was so fun, and I remember special things about the friendship.
Yes, okay. In that program, I think that Roberto Gomez Bolaños want to show up that the people have different, or the society reject the people that, in some cases, are crazy, but the society say that you are crazy because you didn't follow the boom in that society. In that moment, you don't follow some doctrines, some ideas, because you rejected that. You are crazy for that people. Okay. When you told about the relationship that have Chaparron and Lucas, it's so interesting and it's so important because I think that they are the best friends in that moment. But he want to show up that you need a friend that support your crazy, yes, that support in the moment that society reject, you say no, I am with him, I support them or I support him, and for that reason, Roberto Gomez Bolaños want to show up the relationship.
Yeah, I think that it's so important that we learned that we need friends that support us to be better and to be good person in this world.
Yeah, remember that in some programs, the Chaparron and Lucas, he want to show that the people for them are crazy. He didn't crazy. Why? But he remembered that he want to show us that the people for them are the crazy. Why? Because he didn't follow the ideas that he had or that they had in that moment. Okay?
Yeah, this is important to emphasize. If you are different, you aren't rare or bad person.
Or you are an accept in the society in that moment. Okay? I think that in that case, in that moment, I understand that program why.
Yeah, everyone are unique, are special. Each one have different kind of things that make it excellent. Yeah, make it perfect.
Or make it like a unique person that you have different value that I don't have. Okay, but I have things that you didn't have. Is for that reason I think that all the people are important in that society.
Yeah, we are a complement.
Yes, I think that is a good compliment. Okay.
Okay, thanks so much. We wish that you learn a lot of things about it. Roberto Gomez Bolaños teach us a lot of things, but it's important that you have all information, all values or content in your heart and your mind.
Remember that Roberto Gomez Bolaños want to show up with the different character, that you have different values that you have, or that you need some things that are important in that society, and you have to help other people with that. Okay?
Okay, goodbye and God bless them.
Okay, goodbye. God bless.